Good morning. It's actually not even morning anymore. It's like 1 in the afternoon. I was hoping to wake up early in the morning and then I just didn't want to. And you know what? That's the best thing about being on break is you don't have to. So I'm about to hit some museums and I packed a picnic. So I'm gonna have a picnic in the park and then go to a couple museums and I'm super excited. Just had to make sure my mic was on. I did get a new mic. I can show you. Outfit of the day for anybody who cares. Once again, Vans, and my sister's shirt. Thanks, Kira. But yeah, so I did get a new mic because my other one broke. And how the other one broke is I have a tripod. So I have this tripod that like hooks on like that. And whenever I was talking in New York, I hit this button so the camera slid out and hit the back of the mic. So hoping that doesn't happen this time, but we'll see because you never know. My room's a mess, as always. You're welcome, Bobby. Gonna go explore. So I was just gonna get an Uber or something to the Natural History Museum because I wasn't able to make it by there yesterday, and that would be faster because I got a late start. But there's like 2 protests happening. I'm pretty sure the second one's a protest. I don't really know, and it's kind of ironic. These people are like chanting something at President Trump, and he's not even in the state. I don't know, I guess like they don't announce the president's schedule most times, obviously, but like, if you're gonna protest against somebody, wouldn't you want them to hear you? I don't know. I can't even make out what they're protesting, so I think I'm gonna go by and see what it's all about. And I guess I might as well just walk to the Natural History Museum. I'm right outside the White House. I don't think I mentioned that. I think this is called Lafayette Park. They're holding up a giant flag. I don't even know what flag that is. My ignorance is showing, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the plan for today is to go to as many museums as possible. I really wish I had gum. I had a wrap for brunch, and it had onions in it, purple onions, in case anybody was wondering. I did eat them. So proud. Growing. Hi. I'm gonna go explore and maybe see if I can get anyone to tell me what's happening. I checked the ground before I sat down, but I'm pretty sure my pants are wet now too, so there's that. I didn't spend much time at this protest, but I found it really interesting just seeing people come together for a cause that they believed in. I honestly still don't fully understand what was happening, but it was cool to see nonetheless. So there ended up being street performers basically the entire walk from the White House to the museums that I was heading towards. So it was really fun to see them and just a lot of different kinds of people and musicians and performers and artists. It was awesome. Then I made my way to the Museum of Natural History and started at the Fossil Hall. I absolutely hate bones, but it was pretty cool seeing fossils. The museum was really crowded. There were just a ton of people there, but I still got to look at a lot of different things. things like gems and these beautiful orchids that I spent way too much time admiring. But I loved how this museum had such a mixture of things that you could look at and learn about. I feel like I was finding out all of these super fun facts. Kind of felt like Olaf. This is the Hope Diamond, and it's not the biggest diamond in the world, but apparently it's super rare. It was pretty. So once I was done at this museum, I decided to walk across the street. So I am right outside of the National Art Gallery, and I'm gonna go inside just for a little bit. There are so many bugs. I just had a little bit of a snack, not much. Probably like 4 grams of carbs, if that. I just took a couple bites of my wrap and then threw it away. I am getting eaten alive. I heard that if a mosquito lands on you and is like gonna bite you, that you flex your muscle and it like makes them explode or something. But I don't have any muscles, so I can't do that. So I'm gonna go inside and check out this museum and then probably go to the Air and Space Museum if I have time. Let's do it. Honestly, I could have spent days in this gallery. All of the art was immaculate. There were Monets and Van Goghs and sculptures, and it was just beautiful. The detail in these paintings was absolutely mind-blowing, from the brushstrokes to the cracking of the paint. Even the frames that they were in were so beautiful, and it felt like you were in a different world. This painting in particular was probably my favorite, and it was massive, but the amount of detail in it was gorgeous. One thing I really loved about the gallery was being able to look through doorways and see more art, and how each room kind of had a different style. It was amazing. There were a lot of couples there too, so shout out to all the couples that go on dates to museums instead of movies. I loved seeing the different styles that each artist used. and how all of their pieces kind of had a flow to them, but each flow was completely different. I've never been super artistic, but I absolutely admire anybody who is. I then decided to walk back across the street to the Air and Space Museum.
I will get close to your heartache if you want to open your door. I'm feeling kinda lost when your mind is
The Air and Space Museum was pretty fun. I am a total geek for space. I follow like the International Space Station and Scott Kelly, his year in space, and I just love it. And the idea of space is amazing to me. But unfortunately, this museum was a big disappointment. Like 2/3 of the museum was under construction while I was there. So there wasn't much to do. It was super crowded, and they had stuff like iPhones in the exhibits, which, I mean, I had that phone. So it was just interesting to see like how their exhibits are set up, and there were so many people.
The National Air and Space Museum will close in 15 minutes.
But I did get to see some pretty cool things, and I had fun. Stayed there until it closed, and then decided to just walk. And so I had already seen the Lincoln Memorial, so I decided today I would head towards the Capitol. And the leaves were changing, which was absolutely beautiful. The whole thing was just amazing, being outside with that weather, and it started to get kind of chilly, but I loved just walking around and taking it all in. Hello everybody, I am at the Capitol. It's focused on that, but I'm dark and I don't know what's going on. Just took a little break here, ate a snack. I had some Takis, or miniature Takis, because then you can have more. No, it's the same amount. Feels like you're eating more. Miniature Takis and some cheese, and then yeah, I've just been hanging out here. There's this weird mosquito looking bug, but it has like white specks on it, and I'm kind of freaked out. Also, just wanted to update you, this tea that I got yesterday, super good, like really good. I've just been drinking it all day. Yeah, so I have about an hour before I have to eat dinner. I'm gonna see if I can see the Supreme Court building, and then I do want to go back to my hotel and grab a sweater because I want to eat outside again, because it's just so nice here. And I did not bring a sweater with me. Part of me just wants to stay here and read, but the other part of me is like, but then it's gonna be dark. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that guy's wearing green pants. There were like no lines for museums yesterday, but there have been a lot of lines today, and that's mainly just because it's Saturday, so I should have thought about that, but obviously I didn't, because I'm me. Everyone's like, whoa, she's drinking something other than cornstarch. I will say, my alarm for cornstarch went off right as I was going through security to get into the Air and Space Museum, and it did take me a little bit to find a place to take it. Normally I try to like sit somewhere out of the way just so it's not super obvious, especially in like a public place, because people don't know what it is, and you're over there like mixing stuff, and in today's global climate they just mix mancy, so it's just less awkward if it's not in front of everybody. But I couldn't find any place, and so I didn't want to sit on the ground, so I was this like right at the entrance to the right exhibit. That's where I was on those chairs. It was a good day. It is starting to get chilly, so I'm gonna go see the Supreme Court building. I have no idea what I'm gonna do tomorrow. No idea. But the leaves are changing and it's so beautiful. Yeah, let's go. Look, there it is. There we go. Now you can see it.
Maybe I never knew what I really wanted, but looking back I can see it's all clear. I'm still a kid trying to act like they all taught me, but nothing makes sense anymore.
I just said a ton of stuff and realized my mic wasn't turned on. I'm here at the Supreme Court building, which is super exciting. One of my favorite movies is On the Basis of Sex. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. So it's basically like talking about discrimination on the basis of sex and all of that like actual history stuff in the Supreme Court case that overchanged it happened in this building, which is amazing. So yeah, I'm right next to the Library of Congress as well, and I am kind of upset it's closed. I mean, I kind of figured it's closed, but a lot of them are closed on Sundays too, and I did not think about that. Sorry, this has a really cool texture. So yeah, I'm about to go get my sweater and probably go eat. I do want to be up earlier in the morning, but I also really want some hot chocolate again, so we'll see if that happens. Sorry, Kathy, but I do like hot chocolate. I normally get coffee, which I feel like coffee and hot chocolate are both like the same amount of bad for your blood sugar. I don't really know though. I'm not the doctor yet. As the sun was going down, I got in my Uber to head back to my apartment before heading out to dinner. And while I was on this trip, I really decided that dinner time was just going to be my time, that I didn't need a film, that I could just soak up where I was and what was happening. And every night I was there, I had a beautiful view of the Washington Monument, which I'm pretty sure you can get anywhere in DC, but I was absolutely floored by it. Good afternoon. I finally got that right.